Is this a topic area where you want the world stage to know you for? How do you stay motivated when you don't feel motivated? What do you do when it doesn't seem like it's gonna work? If you don't want me to be my absolute best self on stage, tear it up, do everything that I can do to help all the people in the audience, don't invite me.
Energy high, excuses low. Energy high, excuses low. Energy high, excuses low. Energy.
Hey guys, it's Ashley Kirkwood with the Speak Your Ready Cash Show, and I'm so excited for this episode. Today we're gonna be talking about how you can make money from any speech you give, whether you get paid to get on that stage or not. So listen in, because this is going to show you how you should be thinking about every single speaking opportunity that you get. If you're ready, comment ready in the comments, okay? So number one, y'all, I just got back from speaking at Funnel Hacking Live, which was the largest marketing conference in the world, if not one of the largest marketing conferences in the world. It was over 5,000 people there from all across the globe, and your girl hit the stage, and I was so excited about it. It was the last dance, the last one. And I picked up on some strategy and some game that I'm gonna give you guys on how to maximize these types of speaking opportunities and how to identify whether or not you should take on a speaking opportunity, which may not be a traditionally paid speaking opportunity. And I'm gonna tell y'all the mistake I made in front of 5,000 people that I don't want you to make, okay? This one still hurts a little bit to this day, but we gonna learn from it and we gonna move on. So let's get into it. I'm not gonna waste any time. Number one, many of you get invited to speak places and they don't have your full budget, and you try to decide, well, should I take this opportunity? Should I not? Or you're hosting your own events, your own live videos, your own YouTube shows, and you're trying to figure out, how do I monetize these opportunities? Well, first thing we're gonna cover is the 10 things you need to look at to determine whether or not you should say yes to an opportunity that does not have your full rate. And we're gonna go through these step by step, and I want y'all to get your pens out, your paper out, take notes, because this is gonna be good. Okay, so number one, you wanna look at the history of an event. Has this event been going on for a while? If it's been going on for a while, it has history, it has a following, it has a reputation to uphold, and that's what you want. If it's a brand new event, that could mean that whatever they're projecting in terms of people who are gonna be in the audience is nothing more than a hypothesis. They don't know if it'll be 10 people there or 100 people there or 5,000 people there. So you wanna look at the history of the event. Number two, you wanna look at the host. How does the host market and brand their other events? Are they someone who has a following? Do they have assets? Do they have books? Is this someone you wanna develop a deeper relationship with? That may be a reason why you're like, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and do this. You can't always do that. Some of us, like, there are people that I would love to have a relationship with, but they ask me to come and speak and they don't have a budget, and I can't do it because my calendar is stacked, and every day out of my business is worth like $50,000 to $100,000 in my business because of what we're generating and because of what I do for the company. I can't afford that. But there may be opportunities where that particular event would replace what I would miss from being outside of my business, okay? Number three, who are the other speakers? Is it something where it's like, I want to meet the other speakers? Will they have a speaker's lounge? Will they have a speaker's mixer for you to meet these people? Are the other speakers potential clients of yours? Is this an opportunity for you to do some high value networking? There was an event that I went to and I spoke at, and I ended up getting a relationship with a book publisher because of the speaker's lounge. It was an incredible lounge. I ended up making some relationships that I could actually partner with because they had a dedicated area for the speakers to actually meet, okay? At Funnel Hacking Live, Tony Robbins was one of the speakers. I'd never seen him before. I wanted to see him. And I was already going to go to Funnel Hacking Live. I'd already bought like 6 tickets before I even knew that I was speaking. So it was somewhere that I would be anyways. That's another thing that you will consider as well. 4, you want to think about, how do they market the event? What is their marketing budget? Russell said that he spent millions, with an S, y'all, of dollars marketing Funnel Hacking Live. And interestingly enough, he marketed also the speakers. So I was on the event's website page. That millions of dollars that was running traffic to that website was also building my brand visibility. So millions of people saw me speaking at the event. He did a specialized announcement of all the speakers and told personalized stories of how he knew each of the speakers, myself included. And for those of you who don't know, Russell Brunson literally built a billion-dollar company without startup capital. This is the event host that I spoke at, okay? It was an incredible relationship to develop, and one that meant a lot to me, okay? So that's another gem. Then you wanna look at the mission. Is it a mission that you actually align with? And so you want to actually speak because you agree with the mission. Are they gonna have media opportunities? Y'all, Please check out my Behind the Build episode, because in one of the upcoming episodes, I'm gonna show you guys all the behind the scenes that I did to actually get ready for Funnel Hacking Live. I did 2 podcast interviews, 1 interview with ClickFunnels themselves, and then I got like 3 other podcasts that want me to come on because of this event. So that's 6 media opportunities. And I met the owner of one of the, I think it was the LA Times, or one of the higher ups at the LA Times who was there. There was a ton of media on the event, and there are several other media collaborations that I was able to solidify as well. 7, you wanna look at the stage, y'all. The stage that I spoke on, we may have to include some B-roll of the stage here, but the stage was like 100 feet long, if not longer. It looked like a football field. It was epic. They had an LED wall behind that was branded not only with all the Funnel Hacking Live branding, but that also had my picture on the actual LED screen. Then I had a 6-foot by 5-foot bus that had the Speak Your Way to Cash logo on it on the stage. We will literally edit in a photo so y'all can see this. So it was incredible stage branding that I was able to get great AV at. Their AV budget had to be 7 figures. The audio was good. The sound was good. Why do I look at that? Because many of you are building up your speakers reel. So you want to speak on stages that actually have high quality AV. You do not want to go somewhere to speak and it's like you got to yell over the audience because they don't got no mics, right? Like, you want to know, how is the AV for this? Then you want to think about the footage and the testimonials that you all will get. So after I spoke at Funnel Hacking Live, I actually went into the hallway and hundreds of people came up to me and told me how they loved the talk, all of which was recorded, you guys. So I have all of that footage to use and repurpose on social and to put into my speakers reel. And these are people from all over the world. So it literally I have like footage of people sending me stories and clips of the talk in their native language, them commenting on social in their native language about how they love the talk. So you want to think about that. Then you want to think about positioning. Positioning is number 9 that you want to think about as well. Will this position you as a thought leader, as an industry leader, because you absolutely love what they have going on at this particular event? And number 10, you want to think through, can you speak on a topic that you want to develop yourself in? Meaning, is this a topic area where you want the world stage to know you for? Like, is this a new topic for you? Are you gonna have the opportunity to try out a new talk? All of that can be absolutely incredible. So those are some things that you wanna think about. Okay, so let's run them through. Number 1, history of the event. Number 2, the host. Number 3, the other speakers. Number 4, marketing. Number 5, mission of the event. Number 6, media opportunities that you'll get. Number 7, how does the stage look and what is the AV setup? Number 8, what type of footage and testimonials will you get from that event? Number 9, will it position you as an expert in your field? And number 10 is the topic one that you absolutely want to be known for, okay? Now, that's gonna be how you look at identifying the event. Number 2 is, when you get there, how are you going to beast it out? How are you going to make sure that you tear that stage down? Let me give you some tips, some things that we've done. Number 1, prepare powerfully. For the Funnel Hacking Live event, one of the things that I did that I want to offer up to you guys as a strategy is I didn't just go and speak at that event. I actually did a run through for my audience before the event virtually. So I had a focus group, I showed them the slides, I walked through the actual talk, and I made sure that I was 100% prepared to dominate on that stage, okay? And it allowed me to actually prepare, because during my talk, I didn't just do a speech. I organized my talk in 3 distinct sections because I only had, y'all, 28 minutes, which any speaker will tell you that is a short amount of time to teach an entire framework. I wanted to make sure I did 3 things specifically while I was on that stage. 1, I wanted to show that I could do keynote speeches. So the first part of my talk was organized almost like a mini TEDx talk about more about mindset and the mindset that people needed to be in to receive my information. The second 10 minutes was organized like a straight up training. I had slides, gave my backstory, and also talked through my framework for how you can use props to make more money. The third part of my talk really demonstrated that I could coach. So during this part, I actually did a hot seat where I actually brought someone out into the audience that I did not know. I literally did not pre-plan this. And I coached them live in front of 5,000 people without knowing what they were gonna say, to demonstrate my mastery of the subject matter. So it really was able, like, people who were like, dang, can she coach? Were able to use the coaching section to be like, oh, she really does coach people. I would love for her to do that for me. People who saw me do the training part are like, okay, she can really teach information and she has a framework. People who saw me do the first part of the talk, who saw me do the keynote, can be like, okay, She could do a keynote speech. This is very dramatic. I love her use of props. I would love to bring her in to just motivate my audience. And that utilizing my time in that way was strategic. Okay, so number one thing you're gonna have to do is prepare powerfully, which means you're gonna have to think strategically. If you're doing a talk where you're not being compensated your full rate, what does the audience need to see from you on that stage in order to make sure that they know what they can hire you for? Right? What does the audience need to see from you on that stage to be like, oh, you know what? She is a beast at this. She can really do this. I should hire her. What do they need to see? Okay. So that's something that you want to keep in mind. Number two, I don't like using slides, but I understand that when you are speaking to that many people at one time, it was over 5,000 people there, and we've done a larger audience, but we have not spoken on a larger stage in terms of like square footage of the stage. I spoke at like a graduation, it was so many people there. But one thing that I did on that stage that you want to think about is when it's 5,000 people in the audience, some people are visual learners, which is why we use props. Some people are auditory learners. Some people are just like, they could just listen to you all day and they're going to learn that way. So when you have a big audience like that, you want to make sure that you have something visual, whether it's slides or props. And then you want to make sure that what you're saying and how you're saying it, meaning tone and pace, and then like what you do with your hands while you're speaking, make sure all of that is really engaging people as well, okay? So that's number two, is you want to make sure that you're using something, you give them something that they can see. Number three, you want to have a physical handout for them. So one thing that we did, I wish I had one with me, but we actually gave out it was a little booklet, and it was like a Speak Your Way to Cash booklet, and it actually had on there for them to DM me the word prop. So it had a call to action. It also had my picture on it because I was really building my visibility with this audience. It's a new audience for me, newer audience for me. Some of the people knew me, a lot of the people did not. And then on the inside, it went through the framework that I talked about. So I knew that with only 28 minutes, I may not have had time to go deep into the framework. So I wanted to give them something that they could take away. So that's another way that you're gonna leverage it. So the third way you're gonna leverage it is you're gonna give them a handout. The fourth thing you're gonna do, run local ads. We spent about $200 a day and ran local ads 1 mile from the Caesars Forum, which was the venue. And we ran another set of ads 5 miles from Caesars Forum, which is the venue. So running those local ads increased brand visibility. It allowed us to really show them who we are and collect leads. So people who maybe didn't do the DM me on Instagram thing, they could opt in. And I had first off, I probably ran 7 different types of ads in terms of visuals, but then I also ran to 2 different funnels. One of the ad sets that I ran to was actually an ad set that ran directly to a digital copy of what I gave everyone physically. Another ad set that I ran to was for them to opt in to get on the wait list for my book, Millions from the Stage. Now, the actual title of my talk at Funnel Hacking Live was Millions from the Stage, how to use props to convert more, to keep, capture, and convert attention at any event, right? And so I wanted to make sure that they had some like recognition of the name, and we own the trademark Millions from the Stage, okay? So keep that in mind too. You wanna run local ads. 5, record everything, y'all. We recorded me setting up. We recorded me getting my makeup done. We recorded me walking to the venue. We recorded me getting on the stage. We recorded everybody talking to me afterwards. We recorded me talking to Russell right before I went on stage. Record everything, because all of that becomes content. And I think that some people are like, oh my God, it's so weird that you record everything, da da da. No one said that to my face, but I know some people have that thought for themselves, at least, of like, why would I be recording myself brushing my teeth? Why would I be recording myself getting my makeup done? Why would I be recording myself doing this? Listen to me good. If you are building something that's never been built before, make it easier for the person who comes after you and record the process. The reason we have a YouTube, like one of our playlists on our YouTube channel that you can go watch right now, it's called Behind the Build. And it's literally a show where I show you behind the scenes of my launches, behind the scenes of me prepping for talks, behind the scenes of me running my company, behind the scenes of me being frustrated, behind the scenes of me getting irritated with something, behind the scenes of me not thinking it'll work, behind the scenes of it working, behind the scenes of like doubt, behind the scenes of like me overcoming doubt, behind the scenes of me applying for different loans, behind the scenes of me getting a loan. Like everything is because I wish that for people I looked up to, I could just go and watch them build it. A lot of people only want to show you the finished product, But what's more valuable is how do you stay motivated when you don't feel motivated? What do you do when it doesn't seem like it's going to work? So you should be recording everything because you never know when moments are going to happen. Like there were some moments that we were able to capture on camera that I could have never imagined it would have happened. There was a moment right before I went on stage, and I believe my videographer has it, where I'm talking to Russell and he's like showing me this black woman from I think the early 1900s whose work aligned with Napoleon Hill's work. I'd never heard of her. He was like, yeah, you got to get this book. It's a rare book. You got to check it out. And then I'm telling him about Maggie Lena Walker, who was one of the first black women that I found who was selling from the stage. And she used selling from the stage to actually fill up her bank. She was the first woman to charter a bank in the United States of America. And he had never heard of her. And I'm like, bro, this is what she did. Like, this is how she broke it down. But I have that on tape, okay? Because we record everything. And it's like, how could you? I didn't plan that moment, you know? There's so many dope moments that we captured because we just record everything and then we'll deal with how we're going to use it later. Everything doesn't have a purpose. When you're an entrepreneur, you're literally walking on water on the daily, okay? And if you've gotten to this point of the video, I want you to comment the word water in the comments so I can see that you got midway through this video, okay? I really want you to comment the word water. And I may give another secret keyword at the end to see kind of who watched it until the end. But I love when y'all comment like that because it actually allows me to see if you're enjoying the content, okay? So keep that in mind. Record everything. That's number 5. Number 6, you got to follow up. So many people are going to be emotional after they see you talk, if your talk is set up the right way. And they're going to be like, oh my God, I want to work with you. Oh my God, I want to do, oh my God, I want to get you on my show. Oh my God, they're just promising you the world. You have to follow up. Take a picture of their name tag, put a note in your phone, leave yourself a message. This person wants to have me on their podcast. This is the name of their podcast. Follow up. You have to follow up. That's so critically important. We had so many great opportunities that if we didn't follow up on them, they're just a great opportunity. You don't want to just meet people and take photos of people. You want to build relationships. You want to actually see that opportunity realized. And so what that means is it's your job to follow up. Yeah, they're excited about hearing you talk. Yeah, they'd love to have you on. But if they're talking about doing business with you and spending money with you, it's your job to go after that relationship and make sure it actually comes into fruition, okay? So follow up. Number 7, make a hot list. There were some opportunities that came out of Funnel Hacking Live of people who want to do business with us or fun projects that we have that I was just super excited about. Those are going on my short list of like people that I have to follow up with. These are the opportunities that I'm like, whoa, this opportunity is major. I can't even talk about it right now, but there were some major, major, major opportunities on mega platforms that I'm just like, oh yeah, this is what I did this for. I have to follow up with those opportunities. And a key on networking, you guys, every quarter, you should be following up with people you want to build a relationship with at minimum. Every quarter, reach out. Every quarter, comment on a post. Every quarter, send them a voice note. Find out when their birthday is. Send them a gift. You have to build relationships. Imagine building a house. You have to make sure the foundation is right. You have to build on top of the house. You have to do all these little things. That is important. You are not going to build a relationship by meeting someone at an event and liking an Instagram post. If you really value a relationship, you're going to have to actively build it, and it's going to take strength and it's going to take dedication. And if you care about it, then you build the relationship. Do not wait on them. Most people could have beautiful friendships, beautiful work relationships, beautiful partnerships, but they don't follow up enough. And then they're like, no one wants to work with me. And it's like, maybe they do, but they don't know who you are. And we are in a very self-centered world. No shade, no shame. But because of that, it's going to take you being the conscientious person to be like, I'm going to reach out to them. I'm going to put myself in their shoes and realize that they're really busy, and I'm going to make sure that relationship happens. And if you have a team, assign it to someone on your team. You don't even have to worry about it. Or pre-schedule those emails to go out. That way you are constantly making sure that relationship happens. So you got to follow up. You got to make your hot list. Number 8, have a call to action in your speech. Okay, y'all, this is where I messed up in front of 5,000 people. I'm just going ahead and tell y'all. If y'all, if y'all have ever made a mistake, comment mistake in the comments, because I am so embarrassed by this, but I got to tell y'all the good and I got to tell y'all the bad. It was a flawless presentation. I did it 98% right, 95% right, 94% right. I'm like going down as I think about it. But here's what I did wrong, y'all. I put up a QR code in front of 5,000 people and the QR code didn't work. Sure, someone else on my team made the slides. Sure, they should have checked them. But at the end of the day, if you're the speaker and those are your slides, you always run through your slides again, which I did, but I did not rescan my QR code. And there were different versions of the slides that went out. No excuses. It was on me. It was my fault. And I was so mad, y'all, afterwards. I was so mad about this after my talk that I literally was about to be like peed off at the whole talk. I was just like, this is so, I can't believe this happened. And I was literally like, are you really gonna rob yourself of this incredible opportunity because you made a mistake? You make mistakes, Ashley. Things can happen. I hate making mistakes, particularly when mistakes are public. Okay, me making a little private mistake is one thing, but I always tell my team, do not embarrass me. Have me out there looking crazy. Like, okay, now that's what went wrong. Here's what went right. The QR code simply led them to my Instagram page. And so everything on the slide, we always duplicate it. So if a QR code goes to a URL, we always have that URL on the slide. So we still got hundreds of leads. And I think we had over 250 people that DM my Instagram that particular code, which is good. And I do like that because those are probably the most interested and engaged people. That said, we still got 1,000 new Instagram followers. Now, why did I lead people to my Instagram instead of a traditional website? I'm giving y'all so much game. I hope y'all are getting this game. Like, I really hope you are. I did that because I run ads. I retarget everyone who hits my Instagram account, whether they follow me or not. If you hit that account, baby, you're getting retargeted, okay? And so that was great because right now we're in the middle of a launch. I always plan a launch a week or two after I do a big speaking engagement because I want the people who saw me speak to actually be able to come into my world, come into my event and hear a full pitch for working with me, okay? That way I don't go more than 30 days from me doing an engagement to when I can actually realize the value of those leads. So that's something that I consider. But I was sick, you guys, like literally sick, okay? Number 9, way that you're gonna market yourself at an event and make sure that you are killing it, dress to impress. Plan your outfits, plan your accessories, make sure you look good, plan your hair. I flew my hairstylist and my makeup out. I know some people are like, oh my God, Ashley, I can't afford that. Then fine, get your hair done before. Take a class from a makeup artist and figure out how to do your own makeup. But I consider makeup a part of our marketing and branding budget because I saw a Facebook post today that said, hey guys, I'm at an event in Ireland right now. And the woman said that she, out of the dozens of speakers that she heard at Funnel Hacking Live, she only remembers 2 speakers' names. And one of them was Ashley Kirkwood because she had amazing glasses. She looked so fly. And I totally remembered her speech. She stood out all the way. They were talking about me in Ireland days after the event. And the first thing the lady said wasn't even like, oh, I remember this one special line of the speech. She remembered my full name. I'm gonna give y'all a tip on that in a second. But she also remembered like my glasses. Every day of that event, I wore a different pair of glasses. I wore a different fit. I gave them a look every single day. Even before they knew who I was, I showed up like a superstar. Is what it is. I think the way you look matters. People say you can't judge a book by its cover. We all judge books by their cover. If you go in a bookstore, all you're looking at is the front cover, the back cover, the table of contents, okay? When you meet someone, you are looking at how they look. Now, do I think that we should, people are more than how they look? Sure they are. But when you are representing a brand, how you look does matter. And if we pretend that it doesn't, then we're just pretending that it doesn't. Now, do I think standards are different for men and women? Absolutely. Can I do anything about that right now? No. And I'm not going to protest by not looking fly. So you're going to have to ask somebody else to do that. Here's what I noticed. When I started getting my makeup done before a launch, I made more money. When I started doing content with my makeup done, I had more engagement. When I started wearing bright colors in my reels, they were more likely to go viral. When I had contrasting backgrounds, like a black background with a yellow on, or a dark background with a white shirt, all of that affected my reels going viral. Now, whether I'm fly down to the socks or not, my content is always good. So I make sure that I'm gonna always give valuable content. I'm gonna always show up and show out. I'm a really good speaker. I'm gonna always show up on stage and kill it. That's my standard. But outside of me getting even better at presenting, which I'm always working on, you always gotta get good at your underlying expertise. What else can I test to move the needle? For me, hair and makeup move the needle. Oh, that's not fair. Okay, so what you want me to do about it? If I see some lady walk by and she looks fly down to her socks, I'm wondering about her. I'm like, oh, that shoe's cute, flat fit. Hey sis, you looking good. It's a conversation starter. When I would go to networking events and I really didn't want to talk to people, I would just look really fly and they would come and talk to me. Oh my God, I love your glasses. And now we got a conversation starter. So think about that, right? Like just do what you got to do. Now, fellas, I'm speaking from my perspective, so I can't offer nothing to y'all. But it never hurts to look fly. There was a guy walking around in a green suit, super fly. My husband was like, "Yo, bro, that suit is nice." They had a whole conversation, ended up networking. It was a vibe. Number 10, this is the most important one, so key in. Show all the way out on stage. I'm gonna tell y'all a really transparent secret. Many times I would get invited to speak at places and I would like dim my light. Like I wouldn't want to like show up the host. I wouldn't want to go too hard. I wouldn't want to I just wouldn't want to do too much. I wouldn't want to be too much on stage because I really can be all that on stage. Like I'm a very dramatic speaker. I like props, lights, fire, action. Give me the drama. If you got a good AV team and me, we gonna make some things happen. But I wouldn't do the best that I could do because I was very conscious of showing people up or what that would look like and how that would make the host feel. I made a decision at Funnel Hacking Live. And here is the decision. I'm not speaking anywhere that requires me to give it an 8 out of 10. If I can't give it a 12 out of 10, don't invite me. Like, I'm not dimming anything because I got another realization, and it was this. Where would my brand be if I treated absolutely every single stage with that level of intensity? If every time I hit the stage, I looked into the eyes of the people and I gave it all I had every time, it would be in a different place. Undoubtedly, it would be in a different place. Like, one of the things I loved about Russell inviting me to speak is I pitched him on the topic, number one. His team was so accommodating to all my extraness, if that makes sense. Like, the bus was so big, y'all. Like, I'll give you guys a picture, but I don't even know if it was like 6 foot high, taller than me. It was 6 or 8 feet wide. It was huge. They accommodated that because my topic was on how to stand out in a noisy marketplace by utilizing props. So they were really accommodating with me being that. And I remember how freeing it felt, how at home I felt on that stage. It felt like it was my event. And I don't say that like, oh, I felt like I took over the event. I say that because at my events, I always show out. So it felt like that. It felt like I could be free and I could be 100% myself. And sometimes, you guys, I put those limitations on myself of like, I don't want to be too big. I don't want to be too loud. I don't want to stand out too much. I don't want to do too much. I don't want to go too hard. And at the end of the day, it's like, no, I should go all out every time because that's also my brand. And if I can't show up fully, I'm not showing up, right? Like it unlocked a new standard for what stages I will put my feet on. Okay, it really did lay a new standard for that. And so I'm very excited about what that means for all the incredible stages that I'll be speaking on. And if you all need a keynote speaker who's going to shut it down and make sure everybody wakes up and stays up, then make sure you email hello@speakingreadycash with the subject keynote speaker. Now, what are my speaking fees? What are my rates? They start at $35,000. So reach out to my team, get on my calendar and ask me early because we already are booked up through the summer. And if there are some dates that are available, we want to know your dates now rather than later. Okay? So there's that. Number 10 is important. Let me say it again. Show all the way out. So let's recap. How can you make the most out of any speaking engagement? How do you make sure you actually make money from every speaking engagement? Another thing that you want to make sure you do is when you're talking, you actually weave in what you do. Make sure you give yourself a strong introduction and make sure you tell them how they can work with you and optimize all of your social media for the opportunity. So there's a pinned post on the Ashley Nicole Show Instagram post, and it says, "Are you curious about ways to work with me? Comment the word work." If you comment the word work, you're gonna get a Loom video of all the ways that you can work with me. So my whole social media was optimized. We updated all our websites. We made sure that all our funnels were funneling before a big event opportunity. So let's run back through them. Number 1, prepare powerfully. Number 2, make sure you have slides or demonstration. Don't forget props. Number 3, have handouts. Number 4, run local ads. Number 5, record everything. And if you don't have a professional videographer in-house, you can go to sites like Thumbtack. You can look on Instagram. There's tons of ways to find someone. Number 6, follow up with every lead. Number 7, make a hot list of all your really, really hot leads. Number 8, do a call to action in your speech. It could be a freebie or something paid, depending on what your arrangement is with the venue. Number 9, dress to impress, my opinion. Number 10, show all the way out on stage, leave no crumbs. Overall, you guys, I absolutely loved speaking at Funnel Hacking Live. I thought it was incredible. And I loved There's a lot of talks that I've done that have been really valuable. I did Black Girls Making Millions. That's run by Curls founder Maisha Dollinger in Cali one year. That was so cool. They had so much media there. That was my first time being interviewed by Black Enterprise live on their Instagram page. There was heightened visibility. I really, I love Maisha. I think she's an amazing person. So getting that relationship was totally worth it. And of course, they had a budget for me. But I really, really, really don't want you all to lose sight of this. There have been times where I've gotten my fee 35K plus, 25K plus to speak. And then there's been times where I haven't gotten my fee to speak, but within 30 to 60 days of that engagement, I have made double or triple or quadruple my rate. Anything can work with strategy. But without strategy, nothing works, because everything that I talked about doing at this event to really make it work for me took me planning and preparing. We had a whole project plan for this event. A whole project plan. So we knew what to do, how to show out, how to make it work, how to leverage it, what to do with the leads, what funnels to put them in. I was emailing people on site. Chris was having sales conversations. All of that happened. So because all of that happened, we were ready to go. We were ready to go, okay? So hopefully you guys got some value out of this. If you got value out of this, okay. So the bonus keyword I want you all to write in the comment, if you got all the way to the end of this video, is funnels, okay? Funnels. We'll do that. We'll do funnels. So if you put funnels in the comments, I'm gonna know you got all the way to the end of the video. I read all the comments. I appreciate you guys. Please share this with 3 people and comment the word 3 so I know that it's done. That just helps us to keep putting out really high quality free content for you guys so that you get what you need and you can grow your business, which is my goal. I hope that I get to meet many of you in person. Eventually, we have our event, Speak Your Way to Cash Live, at the end of the year. You need to get your ticket. It's in the Speak Your Way to Cash store. You can get it right now. Don't be the person who misses out. We are looking for 800 more speakers to come to our event. Why do I say that? Because I know that there's someone watching this video right now who's been following my content, who's been looking and listening, and you've been kind of lurking, and you're like, I don't know what's going on, but I really like her content, and I'm all in on it, and I've learned so much from her. I can help change your life in 3 days. Listen to me when I say this. People have come to my event, one person, left a totally different person. You can make lifelong friendships in 3 days. You owe yourself to come to Speak Your Way to Cash Live. The theme this year is Olympic level cash leads, which literally means we're gonna be talking about how to win the game of business at a high level. And if you're someone who wants to grow and scale your business and you sell speaking, you sell consulting, you sell coaching, then you need to be at Speak Your Way to Cash Live, because I have something incredible for you and I don't want you to miss out. Okay, so go to speakyourwaytocashlive.com, or you can buy it directly in this YouTube video. If you get your ticket after watching this video, comment 800 so I know that you'll be one of the 800 that's there. Y'all, we're selling this event out and I need your help. If you are one of the 800 experts who needs to be there, who is ready to change your life, who is ready to change your mindset, who's ready to scale your business, then do not hold back. Come to Speak Your Way to Cash Live, and for 3 days, we are gonna work on you, your business, your scale plan, and everything for you is going to change if you let it. All right, guys, I'll see you next time. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Let me know in the comments.
Energy high, excuses low. Energy high, excuses low. Energy high, excuses low. Energy high, excuses low. I need energy, need only good people that's around me. All the faith you can give, that's the rest.